What's going on, y'all? It's the Development Doctor, and this is the Fix and Flip Investor 101, guys. I'm going to teach you how to know if it's a good deal or bad deal, even as a beginner, most importantly with zero experience. So you need to tap in, lock in, sit down, be ready to write, take notes. I'm giving you guys the game for free, you guys. The goal of this video is to do one thing and one thing only, right? I want to help you guys understand how do you know if a house is a good deal. So what we're going to talk about today is, what is an ARV? ARV is an after repair value. We're going to talk about how to pull comps step by step of exactly what to do, the difference between an appraisal and a BPO, broker price opinion, and the 70% rule and when you can break it. I'm even going to give you guys examples of real deals, right? So let's jump right on into it. Everybody really wants to be a real estate investor, but the first question everyone asks me is, how to know if it's a good deal? Today I'm going to break it down from my perspective, step by step. There's no big words, there's no confusion. Once again, I am the Development Doctor, Dr. Justin Lee Sr., and let's jump right on into it. Step one, this is about understanding the ARV. What is an ARV, right? An ARV is an after repair value. ARV means what the house will be worth after you fix it up, right? That number controls everything. Real estate, money is made on the front end, not the back end. So it's how much you can borrow, how much you can spend, and how much, most importantly, you will make. If you don't know the answers of how the ARV is, you don't know if it's a deal or not. So then my question is, how do we find it, right? The second step that you do, right? You pull comps. Comps are comparable sales. So you take a look at 3 to 5 houses that match your house as closely as possible. These are things such as being in the same neighborhood, within a half a mile or no more than a mile radius, the same number of bedrooms and bathrooms, similar square footage, within 10 to maybe 15%, right? You want it to be sold in the last 6 months. You want it to be fully renovated, right? Let's say, for example, I'm looking at a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house that's 1,500 square feet. 3 other 3 beds, 2 baths sold for $295, one sold for $305, and another sold for $300. When you average those together, it equals $300,000. So you take the total of $295, $305, and $300, divided by 3 equals $300,000. That is your ARV. Now, what you can use to do this is free tools like Zillow. You can filter it by what's been sold. Realtor.com, Redfin. These places like these help you, right? Another quick tip that's free also is getting access to the MLS through a realtor that has the most accurate data, right? So step 3, what is an appraisal versus a BPO? Appraisals are done by a licensed appraiser. This is an official report that banks use for a loan. This is based on sold data, condition, and adjustments based on those things I said, bedroom, bathroom, and square footage. A BPO, broker price opinion, is done by a real estate agent. This is a quick market estimate. So we use these as investors when we want to find fast and cheaper value, right? A tip really is though, guys, have your local realtor do a CMA, a comparative market analysis. It's basically a free BPO. And there's tools out here like ARV, GPT that can help you with this also for a little fee every month. Completely worth it, guys. Step 4, is it a good deal? You want to use the 70% rule, right? So we want to go 70% ARV. That means the purchase price minus the repairs must be within 70% of your after repair value. So let's take a property that has an ARV of 300K, right? When you have 300K, that means that 70% of 300K is 210K. Let's say that you have repairs of 60,000. So repairs equals 60K, right? So when you subtract these numbers, your 210 minus your 60 equals 150K max offer. If you have it within 150K, the bank will let you actually get the loan without having additional money. So if the seller wants more, walk away because their numbers don't lie, you guys. So let's go into a real deal, right? We paid $150 for the purchase. We put 60K in the renovation, right? Holding costs, right, was another 20K. So you got holding, you got reno, you got purchase. Holding costs are your mortgage every month, interest on the loan, things like that. So this means our total investment was 230K, right? If we're selling it for 300K minus 230K, this equals a 70K profit. This is your profit before taxes, guys. So if you use hard money, it's likely going to be about $50,000, which is still a solid deal after all your fees, repaying credit cards and things like that. So when someone asks me, is it a good deal? I want you guys to remember these things. Find the ARV using comps. I want you to verify it with a realtor or an appraiser, and always use the 70% rule, guys. No matter what you do, before you make an offer, use this, right? If you learn something, I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, guys, I'm gonna give you guys the game for free. I'm at The Development Doctor on Instagram. I'll show you how to run your first comps, calculate your ARV step by step. If you need to, we can jump on a one-on-one call, you guys. Visit thedevelopmentdoctor.com. We can go more in depth and get you guys on information on how to turn your credit to cash flow and how to do it without making simple mistakes, guys. This formula, this exact breakdown is exactly what you need to know. 70% after repair value, the ARV, you back into it. You take this number times 70%, which gives you this number. You factor in how much your repairs will cost, which is this number, and you back into it. 70% minus repairs equals your max offer amount, guys. And then when you do this deal, here's the scenario of what your profit looks like. When you buy for $150, $60K rental, $20K holding costs, interest, insurance, taxes, utilities, you're all in that $230. Here you are, $300 minus $230, $70K profit, guys. After lending fees, closer to $50K. This is the example of the deals that we're doing. We're getting $100K in 100 days. As I said, man, the game is free, but the controller is sold a little separately, guys. Tap in with The Development Doctor for more tips and tricks. If there's anything you want to see here on this channel, comment below and tell me, and I'll make a video just for you. Peace.